So, Instagram as a community. Well, for starters, if you've been to Insta Reels and Insta posts, you'd have noticed some pretty hefty comments. Well, this includes racial slurs, racial discrimination, hate speech, blasphemy, Hinduphobic, Islamophobic, and other religious phobic stuff, LGBTQ hatred, and complete idiocracy on anything even slightly related to science or other fields. Some even say that this stupidity continues in other kinds of educational content, and for contents nothing seems to be like a fully verified stuff. Like conspiracies have a bigger chance of getting into Insta Reels and getting too famous. So Instagram as a platform has many negativities, but it also has some positivities which we are not going to discuss in this video, but we are going to mainly focus on the comment section of the Instagram and the toxicity of it. Well, some of these comments are darker and deeper than the Mariana Trench's bottom. So that brings us to the question, why? In order to answer that, we need to get back to the early days of this platform. The early days, this platform focused primarily on photo sharing, and user interactions were often quite positive and centered around sharing moments and creativity. However, as Instagram grew in popularity, so did the instances of negative comments, cyberbullying, and other forms of online toxicity. The introduction of features like comments and direct messaging opened up avenues for communication, both positive and negative. Additionally, factors such as anonymity and the ability to comment on public content and the sheer volume of users contributed to the presence of toxic comments on the platform. Also, it seems like, comparing to YouTube as an example, Instagram comments have a weird algorithm of prioritizing comments, which usually brings up the most controversial comment up on the top, unlike YouTube, which usually brings out the comment with more likes. And also, the YouTube comments have an option to dislike a comment if it seems a bit vulgar, but Instagram doesn't have that option. Instagram, in core, made to keep users more engaged, and the comment sections like these only adds fuel to that fire. You can see debates and fights more often in Instagram comments than YouTube, and the sheer amount of conspiracy contents getting promoted and the supporters of it and the whole absurdity is in a whole another level from a platform like YouTube. And the ability to comment with GIFs also adds more fuel to this place, which can be easily misused. And this brings us to the next segment, the audience of Instagram. According to Demand Sage website, it seems most of the Instagram users are people within the age of 18 to 34, who are young adults. The amount of negativity spread through this platform may not have a direct impact on a person's day-to-day life, but the mentality may change if they see similar stuff every day. Even though most of the dark comments with abusive words are most likely meant to be funny, usually they sit between the borderline of adult humor and straight-up cyber harassment. For people who are familiar with the site, they can identify the humor sense and go on to a next topic. But for a beginner, especially for a teenager who tries to navigate through this platform for the first time, it may look like as making a dark joke is the new trend and using slurs is a cool thing to do. It might bring a mentality of cursing and making fun of others' hardship is a norm to do. And this brings us to the final segment, the effect of this mentality. In an average young person's mind, when negativity is spread like a norm, it makes youngsters less empathetic. I may sound like a boomer, but reality is it makes people more insecure about themselves. For someone who grew watching others get called out and made fun of with abusive words for a small mistake or a disability, it makes their self lack confidence of doing something. It seems like a right thing to do for them in public. This mentality develops into anxiety and other mental health issues, which may not be so obvious in the foreground but will be chewing them from the inside without them knowing. I'm not saying all the health issues are related to this social media platform like this. I'm trying to say it can have this much of an impact in someone's life. Not everybody takes these things in mind, but for people who already go through some kind of instability in their own life, for someone who starts as a small influencer with small support, the sheer amount of negativity from the comments can bring them to some deadly decisions. So, as a person who uses Instagram, My kind request to whoever watches this video would be, place yourself in the reader's place before posting a comment on any social medias. Thank you all, and until the next video, have a good day.